গোপীজন বল্লভ গিরিবরধারী জয় গোপীজন বল্লভ গিরিবরধারী যশোদানন্দন ব্রজজন রঞ্জন যশোদানন্দন ব্রজজন রঞ্জন যমুনা তীরা বনচারী যমুনা তীরা বনচারী জয় রাধা মাধব কুঞ্জ বিহারী জয় রাধা মাধব কুঞ্জ বিহারী Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nittai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nittai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Gaur Premanande Hari Hari. Jayong Vishnupad Paramhansha Paribrajacacharya Ashtottar Shato Shri Srimad Abhay Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Shila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Shyam Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan ki jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Shri Mathura Dham ki jai. Shri Jagannath Puri Dham ki jai. Shri Mayapur Navadvip Dham ki jai. Ganga Mai ki jai. Jamuna Mai ki jai. Bhakti Devi ki jai. Tulasi Maharani ki jai. Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Shamaveto Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gaurango. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunnavadi Paschatta Deshatadine. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottamam Deving Saraswating Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudiraye Nashtapraishu Abhadreshu Nittang Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th canto, 4th chapter, entitled The Forest of Enjoyment. Text 31. Tatrāpi niravarodhaḥ svaireṇa viharann ati-kṛpaṇa-buddhir anyonya-mukha-nirīkṣaṇādinā grāmya-karmaṇaiva vismṛta-kālāvadhiḥ. So it's in a prose form, so I'll just read it through. We cannot recite it together. Tatrāpi niravarodhaḥ svaireṇa viharann ati-kṛpaṇa-buddhir anyonya-mukha-nirīkṣaṇādinā grāmya-karmaṇaiva vismṛta-kālāvadhiḥ. Tatrāpi, in that condition, in the society of human beings, descended from monkeys. Niravarodhaḥ, without hesitation. Svaireṇa, independently, without reference to the goal of life. Viharann, enjoying like monkeys. Ati-kṛpaṇa-buddhir, whose intelligence is dull because Okay, whose intelligence is dull, because he does not properly utilize his assets. Anyonya, of one another. Mukha-nirīkṣaṇādinā, by seeing the faces. When a man sees a beautiful face of a woman, and the woman sees the strong build of man's body, they always desire one another. Grāmya-karmaṇa, by material activities for sense gratification. Eva, only. Vismṛta, forgotten. Kālāvadhiḥ, the limited span of life, after which one's evolution may be degraded or elevating. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. In this way, the descendants of the monkeys intermingle with each other, and they are generally known as śūdras. Without hesitating, they live and move freely, not knowing the goal of life. They are captivated simply by seeing the faces of one another, which remind them of sense gratification. They are always engaged in material activities, known as grāmya-karma, and they work hard for material benefit. Thus they forget completely that one day their small lifespan will be finished and they will be degraded in the evolutionary cycle. Please repeat after me. In this way, the descendants of monkeys intermingle with each other, and they are generally known as śūdras. Without hesitating, they live and move freely, not knowing the goal of life. They are captivated simply by seeing the faces of one another, which remind them of sense gratification. They are always engaged in material activities known as grāmya-karma, and they work hard for material benefit. Thus they forget completely that one day their small lifespan will be finished and they will be degraded in the evolutionary cycle. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Materialistic people are sometimes called śūdras or descendants of monkeys due to their monkey-like intelligence. They do not care to know how the evolutionary process is taking place, nor are they eager to know what will happen after they finish their small human lifespan. This is the attitude of śūdras. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission, this Krishna consciousness movement, is trying to elevate śūdras to the Brahmana platform so that they will know the real goal of life. Unfortunately, being overly attached to sense gratification, materialists are not serious in helping this movement. Instead, some of them try to suppress it. Thus, it is the business of monkeys to disturb the activities of the Brahmanas. The descendants of the monkeys completely forget that they have to die, and they are very proud of scientific knowledge and the progress of material civilization. The word grāmya-karmaṇa indicates activities meant only for the improvement of bodily comfort. Presently, all human society is engaged in improving economic conditions and bodily comforts. People are not interested in knowing what is going to happen after death, nor do they believe in the transmigration of the soul. When one scientifically studies the evolutionary theory, one can understand that human life is a junction where one may take the path of promotion and degradation. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 9.25, Janti deva brata devan, pitrin janti pitribrata, bhutani janti bhuteja, janti majjajinopi mam. Those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings. Those who worship ancestors go to the ancestors, and those who worship me will live with me. In this life, we have to prepare ourselves for promotion to the next life. Those who are in the mode of Rajaguna are generally interested in being promoted to the heavenly planets. Some unknowingly are degraded to lower animal life. Those in the mode of goodness can engage in devotional service, and after that they can return home back to Godhead. Janti majjajinopi man. That is the real purpose of human life. This Krishna consciousness movement is trying to bring intelligent human beings to the platform of devotional service. Instead of wasting time trying to attain the better position in material life, one should simply endeavor to return home back to Godhead. Then all problems will be solved, as stated in Srimad Bhagvatam. Shrinnatang sakatha Krishna punna shravana kirtanaha riddantastho abhudrani vidhunoti sunit satam. Shri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is the Paramatma, super soul in everyone's heart and the benefactor of the truthful devotees, cleanses the desire for material enjoyment from the heart of devotees who relishes his messages, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. One simply has to follow the regulative principles, act like a Brahmana, chant the Hare Krishna mantra, and read Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. In this way, one purifies himself of the baser material modes, tamaguna and rajaguna, and becoming freed from the greed of these modes, can attain complete peace of mind. In this way, one can understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead and one's relationship with Him, and thus be promoted to the highest perfection, Siddhing Param Gatim. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militang Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitang Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaiham Dadati Swapadantikam. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, in this particular verse, we are in this particular chapter, we are getting to know the real condition of this material nature. This material nature has been compared to a forest, the forest of enjoyment. Now, although we are building big cities and making all these luxurious arrangements for sense gratification, but from this chapter we get to know that it is actually a forest. The forests are infested with animals, dangerous animals, and here also we are surrounded by dangerous animals. Although they are nicely dressed up, although they look very civilized and cultured, but actually this chapter is describing them as animals. And then in this particular verse it is being described that in the forest there are monkeys. And what do the monkeys do? The monkeys simply create disturbance to others. And so the monkey-like human beings are the śūdras. Monkeys do not know what to do. They jump from tree to tree and they squander their life in sense gratification. Now when a monkey does that, it's understandable. But when a human being does that, that's regrettable. Human life is not to be wasted like monkeys. Like, should man lead his life like an animal, like a monkey? Although we may say, the lion of a man. But do we want a man to be like a lion? No. Like human life is meant for a higher purpose. And that higher purpose is to make spiritual advancement. So unless and until one comes to that platform of making spiritual advancement, that life is a waste of time, waste of a wonderful opportunity. Human life comes with a wonderful opportunity. Labdha sudurlabhamidam bahu sambhavante. After many possibilities, one gets the human form of life. And it is arthadam. It is arthadam. It is very meaningful. This life, human life, is coming, rather we are getting the human form of life that provides us many wonderful opportunities. But at the same time it is anittam. There is no way of knowing when it will end. Therefore the advice is, don't waste your life, don't waste your time. Kaumaram acharet pragya dharman bhagavataniya. Prahlad Maharaj, 5-year-old boy, is instructing his friends. Don't waste your time. Don't consider that you are children and you can squander your life. No. From the childhood only you start to practice Krishna consciousness. That is the real wisdom. That is the real wisdom. So, the consideration is then, how should one lead his life? And Prabhupada is very clearly stating here. One should lead his life following the 4 regulative principles. One must follow the 4 regulative principles, meaning curb the animalistic propensities. Curb the animalistic propensities. Don't lead your life like an animal. Lead your life like a human being. And what should human being do? Should man waste his time just eating meat, taking intoxication, indulging in sex life and gambling? No. On the other hand, the human form of life is meant for spiritual progress. Athato brahma jigyasa. Inquire. Intelligence is the faculty that we can question. Intelligence provides us the faculty to inquire. Like when a dog suffers A dog doesn't question, why am I suffering? But in the mind of a human being, it automatically comes in. Why did I get hurt? Okay, I won't do that again. So, in this way, the human being uses his intelligence. Why am I suffering? I do not want to suffer. Why am I suffering? How to terminate this suffering condition? How can I stop this suffering condition? And then his inquiry leads him to a person who can guide him. And in that respect, Prabhupada is saying that when one becomes sincere, then Krishna as the super soul leads him, guides him. Sincere seekers are guided by Krishna. He is guided to a bona fide spiritual master. It is not that by chance or by accident one is coming to this path of Krishna consciousness. So, intelligence makes him start to inquire, athato brahma jigyasa, and that leads to a teacher who can answer those questions for him. The answers are there. And the answer comes from two sources, Person Bhagavat and Grantha Bhagavat, the scriptures. Answers are there in the scriptures, but this personality Bhagavat explains the scriptures and shows him how to lead his life according to those injunctions of the scriptures. That is the purpose of the human form of life. Like we can see, like if we consider, in most cases, our coming to ISKCON is an amazing phenomena. Like many of us read Prabhupada's books, somehow or other we came across Prabhupada's books. Or some others, like I know one girl, she was going to commit suicide. And while she was just going, she was so, early in the morning, she was thinking of committing suicide. And she just happened to pass by our temple. She just heard the sound of Mangalarati, Kirtan. She went to the temple and one devotee started to talk to her. She changed her mind. And she became a devotee. There are so many such instances. Like apparently it seems that it's an accidental phenomena, but it's actually Krishna's divine arrangement. Therefore it is said, Brahmando Brahmite kono bhagyavan jeev Guru Krishna prasade pai bhakti lata bij. Some fortunate soul, while traveling in this universe, Brahmando Brahmite, Guru Krishna prasade pai bhakti lata bij. By the mercy of Guru and Krishna, gets the seed of devotion. And if he properly chants, or if he properly plants the seed, then the seed will germinate into bhakti lata. Just getting the seed is not enough. We have to cultivate the seed. If we get the seed, but do not take care of the seed will not germinate. And then also, the seed may germinate, but then also we have to protect the creeper. We have to take care of the creeper. And if we can properly take care of the creeper will continue to grow. And this is such a creeper that will penetrate through the coverings of the universe. It will penetrate through the causal ocean, Viraja. It will penetrate through Brahma Jyoti. And it will come to Golok and take shelter of Krishna's lotus feet. Huge Bhakti Lata. And there it will start to grow the flowers and fruits. So, this is the process. It needs proper cultivation, and when we properly cultivate it, yes, we get the result. We get the fruits of devotion. What is the fruit of devotion? Fruit of devotion is Krishna Prem. So that is the goal of life. Human form of life, especially in this age of Kali, came with such a wonderful opportunity. In other ages, these opportunities are not available. Even in Satya Yuga, this opportunity of access to Vrindavan was not available. At the most, they went to Vaikuntha, not Vrindavan. So, by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy, this wonderful opportunity has become available. Now the question is, what are we going to do? The simple answer is, yes, follow the process. It's not a difficult process, simple process. Follow the 4 regulative principles, chant the holy name, associate with the devotees, and study the scriptures like Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and Chaitanya Charitamrita. We must remind us, are we doing that? That should be the consideration. We should always question, am I following the principles properly? Am I chanting my rounds properly? Am I reading Prabhupada's books? If we don't, then utpatoiva kalpate. Those who don't follow the process properly, they simply create disturbance in the devotee community. They came, due to their good fortune, they came to Krishna consciousness, but they are not following the process. And because they are not following the process, they simply create disturbance. That means, in spite of coming to Krishna consciousness, if there is tendency to enjoy the senses, instead of serving, if we want to lord over, the trouble starts. So that is how we have to constantly remind ourselves. Am I practicing the process properly? Have I come to Krishna consciousness to serve, or have I come here to lord over? Have I come here to serve, or have I come here to exploit and enjoy? Take the facilities of this institution for our own sense gratification. So that is why those who are taking care of the institutions, they have the responsibility to keep the institution clean. Keep it clean. Wherever there is dirt, clean it up. It's a thankless task, but they have to do it. If we don't, then we end up with problems. And it happens, we are seeing the areas where they did not take care of these problems, it develops into an insurmountable crisis. Unqualified troublemakers create disturbance, and we do not really know how to deal with that situation. Krishna takes care, but before Krishna takes care, Krishna wants us to take care. And if we don't take care, and ultimately when Krishna takes care, the reaction is very heavy. We have seen in our society so many leading big devotees. They were deviating, we couldn't take care, then finally Krishna took care. How did Krishna take care? Kick them out. Big devotees, big gurus, big GBCs. Krishna said, well, this place is not for you. Go. Those who have been in the movement for a long time, they know what actually happened. Why these big individuals had these problems? Because instead of becoming an asset to the society, they became a burden to the society. Therefore, we should learn from that. Let's not become a burden to such an extent that Krishna will kick us out. Krishna will say, this place is not for you, go to hell. You're a monkey, go to the forest of material enjoyment. Go back to the forest. Don't pollute the atmosphere of Vrindavan. Vrindavan atmosphere is for devotees. Those who are here to serve Krishna, Vrindavan is for them. Temples are for them. Those who are here to serve, those who are here to become devotees of Krishna. So, let us study these scriptures properly, carefully, because every single line of this Prabhupada's books can guide us to our spiritual life. Every single, this Bhagavatam is our guideline. Krishna is telling us. Through these 12 chapters, Krishna is guiding us to Golok Vrindavan. The ultimate point is, Prabhupada is pointed out as Samam Bonam. The Samam Bonam is Golok Vrindavan. Way beyond liberation. Liberation is not the goal of life. To be engaged in devotional service is the goal of life. So let us not become victims of Maya. We have come to Krishna consciousness, let's get properly guided. Maya can come in so many ways. And what is the result of Maya? Either we will go away or Krishna will get rid of us. And we see so many people join, but then they go away. They come to Krishna consciousness, and after coming to Krishna consciousness, they get some material facilities, allurements of Maya, and they lose their spiritual life. So we should be determined not to lose our spiritual life. No matter what. That's why Prabhupada said, no matter whatever happens, don't leave ISKCON. Because that's the safety catch, safety net, the boat in the ocean of material nature. If you're in a boat, there is nothing to worry about. There may be storms, there may be typhoons, there may be cyclones, there may be tornadoes, but the boat, as long as we are in a boat, we are safe. and the boat will take us to ultimate destination. And in order to remain in ISKCON, Prabhupada gave a very simple standard. It's not very difficult, as Prabhupada mentioned. Follow the four regulative principles, chant the holy name of the Lord, read Prabhupada's books, and render devotional service. Some service. And if we do that, we'll be safely situated in this boat. But if we jump overboard in the middle of the ocean, what will happen? Can you imagine? You're crossing Atlantic, and in the middle of the ocean, you jump out of the boat. Do you have any chance? Either you will be eaten up by the sharks, or you'll drown. Therefore, take your spiritual life very seriously. Don't take it lightly. Just stay on this boat. And stay in the boat in a way that everybody will appreciate your presence. Become like a cow, not like a monkey. The cow takes practically nothing and gives milk. And a monkey, you can see what it does. So, that is the goal of life, which has been so wonderfully described and delineated by Srila Prabhupada. Thank you all very much. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari. Does anybody have any question?
Guruvas, like while taking any decision, if our intention is good, pure, but somehow if we come to the wrong decision, then how Krishna will take it?
Wrong decision in which way?
Like when some case comes in front of us, and our intentions are very pure that we want to serve the devotee and the organization, but somehow if he comes to the wrong conclusion, which may happen many times, then like how Krishna will see.
If you feel that there is a possibility of wrong conclusion, then take advice from other senior, mature devotees. If you are not sure of yourself, and if such decision comes, then take a collective decision, not just single-handed, if you are not mature enough. Yes?
हरे कृष्णा गुरुमा जी धन्यवाद। मेरे दो प्रश्न हैं। गुरुमा जी, आज की क्लास को सुनकर और 2-3 दिन पहले आपने कहा था कि मंदिर में जो रह रहे उसको सीरियस होना चाहिए। तो मैं 2-3 दिन से अपने आप को अंदर में झांक कर देख रही थी कि मैं
बताओ।
सब कुछ सुविधा होने के बाद मैं सीरियस हूँ।
हाँ,
सब कुछ मेरे पास सुविधा होने के बावजूद मैं सीरियस हूँ।
ये तुम्हारा आंखों से जो आंसू निकल रही हैं, ये बताती है कि बहुत सीरियस हो तुम। थैंक यू। और दूसरी क्वेश्चन क्या है?
आज के क्लास में आकर के आपने कहा था कि हमको टाइम वेस्ट नहीं करना चाहिए। जैसे बच्चे कभी-कभी टीवी देखते हैं या फिर कंप्यूटर में वीडियो देखते हैं, तो मैं भी जाकर देखती हूँ तो मुझे लगता है कि मैं टाइम वेस्ट कर रही हूँ, फिर भी अपने आप पर कंट्रोल नहीं हूँ। तो मुझे लग रहा था कि मैं गलत।
हाँ, देखो ये वातावरण ऐसी है, क्या करोगे? हाँ, वो बच्चे लोग को अगर ज़बरदस्त टीवी ना देखने का ये करोगे तो बिगड़ जाएगी। तो ठीक है, धीरे धीरे संभाल के समझाओ कि ये जो हैं, जो कुछ कर रहे हो सब कृष्ण भक्ति के आधार पर करो। अगर टीवी भी देखना है तो टीवी के माध्यम भक्ति का, तुम देखो टीवी के माध्यम क्या मिल रहा है, क्या देख रहा हो, वो दुनिया कैसी है, तो तुम क्या उस दुनिया में जाना चाहती हो या इस दुनिया में रहना चाहती हो, ऐसे समझाओ। क्योंकि चाहे तुम देखने दो या ना दो, ये वातावरण का जो प्रभाव है वो तो गिरेगा ही गिरेगा। तो सही मार्ग ये है कि उनको समझाओ क्या करना चाहिए, क्या नहीं करना चाहिए। नित्यानंद टीवी देखता क्या? टीवी में क्या देखते हो? कृष्ण भक्ति का ड्रामा, रामायण। दैट्स गुड। Yes.
Maharaj, we are staying in Kali Yuga, and Prabhupada always said that we should stay in ISKCON no matter what happens. So sometimes we grasta stays outside, and I need advice like how a grasta can stay connected to ISKCON, even though we're not in the temple, but we're staying outside. We have so much of Maya, plus we have to be in ISKCON, and also so much of trouble in ISKCON.
Yeah, jena tena prakarena mano Krishne niveshayet. Somehow or other, engage your mind in Krishna. And where you are, that is not the question. The question is where your mind is. Right? An example, two friends went on a pilgrimage. And they came to a holy place the first night. They came to a holy place. And one friend said, let's go to the temple to see the aratik. And the other friend said, we'll start our pilgrimage tomorrow. Let's go to a movie tonight. So finally, one friend went to the temple and the other friend went to the movie. So the one who went to the movie, he was thinking, oh, I made a mistake. I should have gone to the temple with my friend to attend the aratik. After all, what this movie is just a waste of time. And the other friend is thinking, oh, maybe I should have gone with my friend. I made a mistake coming to the temple to attend the aratik. It would have been nice if I went with him to watch the movie. After all, tomorrow we could have started our pilgrimage. See, being in the temple is not the real consideration. And like where one was is not the consideration. Where his consciousness was, that's important. So as householder, you consider that situation Krishna placed you in. And in that situation, you try to practice devotional service. Okay?
Don't leave ISKCON means that don't give foldability principle and 16 or
No, he's not talking about leaving. He's talking about being in household life. How should he lead his life? Now, although he is in household life, he's not talking about leaving.
My question, like sometimes, don't leave ISKCON. That means, where ISKCON, that means don't give foldability principle and 16 or any other things.
That the one's heart should be in ISKCON. Help ISKCON, even though one may be outside. Like the householders, they should, even though they're living outside, but they're following, as you're saying, following the four regulative principles, chanting. And sometimes I have seen like some householders are more strict than the devotees in the temple. Anyway, the thing is, the devotee situation is, wherever one is, one should be. His heart should be in Krishna's lotus feet. So, let's see, Jamuna question from Jamuna Priya, Devi Dasi. Dear most Guru Maharaj, please accept my most humble obeisance of the sacred dust of your lotus feet. All glories to your compassionate grace. All glories to our beloved Srila Prabhupada. Gurudev, forgive me for such a question, but what should one do when another devotee is envious towards them to the extent that they try to malign others' opinion about them? Though you say that one should tolerate, but if their actions begin to cause disturbance in others' minds and thus in service, then what should be done? Please enlighten me, because after all, we all are just trying to serve and please you and Srila Prabhupada. With our humble efforts, surely that is what you desire for us, from us. Begging for your continual mercy, that I also never ever be envious myself and become more tolerant. Thank you very much. Yeah. That is the responsibility that the management has. First, as I was saying, like when someone is creating disturbance in the community, they have to first try to guide them. Don't do that. That's not right. It happens. Sometimes we get to hear that someone is bad-mouthing somebody. At least immediately I call the person and tell him that don't do that. Because why find faults with others? If you're serious really, then find faults with yourself. Don't find faults with others. Anyway, the point is, when things like that happen, the leaders of the society, especially those who are in management, they have to either call them and sort them out. So when you face a situation, report to the management or report to the senior devotees, right? And we can guide them, we can advise them, we can try to rectify the situation. And this is a very common thing. I'm noticing that in ISKCON now, the tendency is kind of, a separatist tendency. Devotees are not unified with friendship and love. But that's a very bad sign. And that is why it's so important that devotees sit together and do kirtan. Kirtan unifies. Make arrangements for devotees sitting together in kirtan. Not only when I come in the evening for half an hour, everybody is fired up. Let devotees come and sit together, and maybe once a week or something. What do you think of that? Ishtagoshti is there, yes. Create a family feeling in this. Not just, different groups, and that simply hurts the atmosphere. And at the same time, I must admit that devotees admire the atmosphere of Ujjain. Like whoever comes here, they're so appreciative. But still underneath we have this problem. On the surface, everything is so wonderful. But underneath we are seeing that there is conflict among devotees. So create a very nice atmosphere. And that's why Mahaprabhu said, Trinadopi sunichena. Trinadopi sunichena. Don't try to become a big devotee. Try to become a small devotee. That is the meaning of Trinadopi sunichena. The material nature is a place where everybody is trying to become big. So you have left that world. So why still trying to become big? Now change your attitude and become small. And Jamnapriya, I'll also tell you, like if some such situation arises, go and speak to that person. Right? Or invite that person for lunch at your place. So in this way, we can create, friendship among ourselves, right? Okay, anyway, keep trying. But as I said, Maharaj, I'm not here, but Maharaj, hopefully he'll be more often here. So, actually you have to do that. You have to, you all senior devotees, you, Radha Vinod, Bimal Krishna, Raga Pandit. So you all senior devotees try to guide them and create a nice atmosphere. Because now in the management, junior devotees have come up. And we, as Bimal Krishna Prabhu explained the other day, we are creating the succession so that the junior devotees can now take up the responsibility. Okay. Take the other way around. So, this question is from Radhikeshwari Dasi from Mumbai. Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to you, Guru Maharaj. This question is not related to class. Please forgive me. This verse from Mundak Upanishad, Nayang Atma Prabhachanena Labha, Na Medhaya Na Bohuna Shutena, Jam Evaisha Brinute Tena Labhya, Tashaishe Atma Bibrinute Tanungsham, states that the Lord is attained only by one who himself chooses. So is it that the Lord chooses somebody so that he may take to bhakti, and then he reveals his form to him, or bhakti is obtained by the mercy of a devotee without the interference of the Lord? Yeah. So it is actually saying that Krishna cannot be obtained by studies, scholarship, arguments, debate, or any other such process. Those who have been chosen, that means who is chosen by the Lord? Those who have been engaged in devotional service. Those who have submitted themselves to a representative of the Lord chooses them. It's not that the Lord goes out of his way and says, well, I'll select you and not him. No. Those who are qualified, the Lord selects them. And what's the qualification? The qualification is surrender. This is from Vibhu Chaitanya Das regarding following of 4 regulative principles. Why do we allow sugar if it causes intoxication? Where do you get it from?
Prabhupada said at least twice, once in 20th August 1970, and then Bhagavatam lecture, and then Bhagavad Gita lecture in 70.
My understanding is that when sugar is fermented, then it becomes alcohol. Prabhupada said that excessive sugar sugar is in the mode of goodness, sattvic.
As he said that that's why the ants are much fond of, because they are fond of intoxication, that's why they are always after sugar.
It's intoxicating to the ants, not to human beings. Anyway, the point is, everything should be taken in moderation. Okay, Guru Maharaj, this is from Dinavatsal Das, Bangalore. That is thankless task of the caretaker of the movement to tackle with troublemakers. What is our role in this regard on a smaller level? For example, we observe that a boy in base is simply living amongst devotees because he is getting some sort of facilities and he does some sadhana, but not with sincerity. However, one thinks that maybe he will take longer time to understand. We should be more patient. How to deal with such devotees properly? I mean, how to balance compassion and practical administrative responsibility. Yeah, you draw the balance by using your intelligence. From here, it is difficult for me to give any judgment on what should be done when one behaves like that without knowing the situation, without knowing the person. So, if you feel that he will improve in course of time, then yes, give him a chance. And if you have doubts, then either speak to that person or get some senior devotee to speak to him. And if he is not serious, then take proper action. Raman Reti Das, Hyderabad, Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, PAMHO AGTSP and SP. Guru Maharaj, I really like the beautiful analogy of boat that is ISKCON and Srila Prabhupada is our captain. With your permission, can I add that you, Guru Maharaj, is like our lifeboat? Now that is sentiment. That is sentiment. As I said, the boat is ISKCON. The boat is ISKCON. Srila Prabhupada is the captain. And at the most, in this boat, I am one of the group leaders. Group caretakers. Like, in the boat, my business is to take care of those who are in the boat. But this is Prabhupada's boat. Prabhupada is captaining the boat. Because I tell you, if you think that I am the lifeboat, and if I jump overboard, then don't follow me. So, we have to see the things from proper perspective, the way in reality. ISKCON is here to save all of us. And we all must stay in ISKCON, assuming our respective roles. I am able to save you because I am in ISKCON and I am trying to make sure that you all are properly situated in ISKCON. That is what? My ability. Thank you very much. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol.